I'm wishing on a star.
My name is Sophie, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a wishing star. A wishing star is an elaborate grove invention, and it's a star made out of willow and wet strength tissue paper. The twist is that you're going to write a wish in the middle of it and decorate it with fluorescent paper like this, so that when it's lit in UV light, it glows.
I'm wishing on a star.
Right, so you're going to start off with your paintbrush, your masking tape and a piece of willow. The first thing I'm going to do is cut off 11 pieces of masking tape, and I'm just going to stick them on the edge of my table so that I have easy access to them. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the paintbrush as a measure. And I'm going to take my willow, and from the fat end of the willow at the base, I'm going to measure the length of the paintbrush. And at the end of the brush there, I'm just going to take my masking tape and I'm going to wrap it a little bit diagonally around the willow, just so that it covers a little bit more of the willow. The next thing I'm going to do is, holding it just between two thumbs like that, is just crack it. And if you hold it closely together, it just means that you'll get a cleaner break. So, okay. And now that I've cracked it, you might be able to see there that the masking tape is torn. So I'm going to take a second piece and I'm just going to reinforce that corner there, like that. And I've got my first break. Now you're going to do this 5 times. You're going to end up with 5 breaks, and you want them each to be the same length. So what I'm going to do next is just use the willow here to measure where that next break will be, and then just do the same thing again. Just wrap the masking tape around. This is just to reinforce the willow when you snap it. And I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to bend it the same way round, so break it the same way. So using my willow to measure it, holding it carefully at the place where I want it to break between my 2 hands like that, and just again crack it. So you can see that that length is the same as that length there. I'm going to take another piece of masking tape and reinforce it, and then I'm going to do it 3 more times. So the next one, again, using the willow to measure it. I want them all the same length, so you can see where it is. Same thing, reinforce it with the masking tape. Pinch it and crack, and another piece of tape just to make it super strong. Same thing again. Using that piece to measure. Can you see that there? Crack. And I'm reinforcing that. As you get to this end of the willow is much thinner, so it's much easier to break as you get to the top. And when you get to the top, you're aiming to have 5 pieces. So you're going to find this bit's very thin, but you'll have a little bit extra here. So I'm just going to snap that. And then I'm going to bend that back just to reinforce that skinny little piece there. So just wrap the masking tape around that there. So you've now got, if you put them all together, you should be able to make a hexagon shape. See that there? See that there? So you can see here the way that I've placed the willow. The middle piece is at the top there, and then I've got the 2 legs coming down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to secure this, just the middle piece, to the table, just because it makes it a bit easier to see what we're doing. So the two more pieces of masking tape there, like that. So I'm going to show you here that this is the shape that we're aiming for, and it might be something you might know, that you can draw this star shape just by putting a pencil on a paper and just doing. So we're kind of aiming for this shape, but what we're also going to do as we go around is weave the willow under and over, under and over, under and over, because that just means that you end up with a more secure and strong star. So I'm going to show you how I do that now. So these pieces are secured here. I've got my two legs here. I've got the fatter end here and the thinner side here. And all I'm going to do is just cross those two legs over like that. Now, you can see here that the fatter one is underneath the thinner one. What you want to do, and this is where I'm talking about the under over, because this goes under here, you want this one then to go over this one, but under the one at the top. So I'm just going to do that really slowly here, over this one, and now you'll see I'm just going to push it under. Don't worry if the masking tape comes off the table, I've just put that there just so to make it easier for me to explain what I'm doing. Actually, I'm realizing, let's just bring that down here so you can see. So I've nearly got my the shape of my star here. And then this last bit, because it's thinner, it should be a little bit easier to kind of bend and manipulate. What you want to do is push this bit under and then over. So it's the opposite of what you've done with this piece here. So you can see that there, my star is now finding its shape. I'm going to take these bits of masking tape that I used. Oh, maybe I'm not actually. I've got my star here, and now what I'm going to do is just with another piece of masking tape, just secure the two pieces at the top there. And you might want to use another piece of masking tape. See how I've just wrapped that round that way? I'm going to put another piece just going in and round that way, just to make it stronger and to make sure that my star's going to hold just like that. So there it is. That's how you make your basic star shape. And this is ready now to skin. So I'm going to show you how to do that next.